Hey, Drake, it's Scott Van Pelt. Welcome to the show. I was talking to your brother Luke when we were up there for Countdown, and he reminded me I had him on when he hit a bucket against Kentucky back in the day. It was a pretty big victory for them. Got him, I think it was Elite Eight, right? Now you win to go to the playoffs tonight, so I'm happy to welcome you to the show. Congrats on the comeback. How do you best describe the kind of belief that exists in your locker room right now?
Scott, what's going on? Yeah, I think just belief. I think the belief the whole time. You know, proud of these guys. Took everybody. We knew that coming in this week it was going to take everybody. Coach was saying win together, and he said you can't buy back these moments. What Coach was saying pregame, and that spoke true tonight. You know, what a moment. You know, big road victory. Shout out to all the kids that used to watch SportsCenter at midnight. Man, I was one of them. So shout out to the kids that are watching right now. But great win, and we got to get another one next week.
Drake, when you're down 11 against a team that has to have it, right? I mean, the thing I said to Tim Hasselbeck, who I do the games with here on Sundays, is that you seem so unbothered and so calm. Is there a secret to that, where you find the peace in those moments that allows you and your team to operate so calmly?
I think the biggest thing is just wanting to be in those moments. You want to be in those moments where you need a touchdown this drive to get back in the game. Those are the moments that you want to be in, and that's what I've tried to tell myself, and I really believe it going out there and confidence in myself. You want to be in it, want to be in that situation with the ball in my hand, the guys in that huddle, and just go down and put together a scoring drive, and our defense got to stop, and we did the rest. So full team effort, defense stepped up with some big forced fumbles, and like I said, those are moments that you want to be in.
This might seem like a weird question, but I'm going to ask it. It'll make sense in a minute. Do you like golf? Are you a golf fan at all?
I'm a big golf fan. I love playing with my brothers and watch the PGA Tour.
All right, so the reason I ask is because I'm about to pay you a hell of a compliment and say you remind me of Scotty Scheffler in this way. Scotty wins a major and he's completely unimpressed. And if he makes a bogey, he's not bothered. I think that you seem to me that I don't ever feel like you get wildly excited, and I don't feel like you ever project that you're bummed out. Like, I think that's kind of what I'm speaking to about your ability to play in this space that just seems so calm and clear. I mean, does that make sense to you, what I'm saying? Do you feel that?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Scott. I appreciate the comparison. But, Scotty's, I think the best, one of the best to ever do it. What he's done, how he carries himself. I think, watching Scotty a lot, I think you just see he's always so even keel. And even when he wins, it's just a little celebration, and he wants to get the next one. So I'm a big fan of Scotty. He's always big in his faith. That's huge, I think, for him, and it's awesome following his career.
Your coach is a guy I've known for a long time, and he's done it, right? He's got pictures on the wall wearing a jersey and spiking footballs and winning rings. How much does his connection to you all have to do with the fact that he's done it, and he's done it there? His ability to tell you, like, listen, what I'm telling you works because I did it here.
Yeah, I think it means the world. I think it means the world coming from a guy who's done it, who's lived in our shoes and was telling us pregame you can't buy these moments back. And you can buy a lot of things in life, but buying this feeling of going out there with your teammates and going to war and coming a big win on the road is something that you can't buy back, and we took that to heart tonight. And he's been huge for us, just the belief in him and his belief coming back on us. I think that's one of the biggest things. He coaches hard, he expects a lot out of us, but he cares about us, and he wants the best for us.
Your guy, Stephon Diggs, is a guy I know well going back to his Maryland days. I find this interesting. Like, the two best receiving days he's had this year were homecomings. In Buffalo, I get what it meant to him, and in his home state of Maryland. You sense something different in number 8 tonight when I see him out there and he's pointing, and I know what he's saying, like, this is my state or my house or my something. Like, you feel an edge out of him tonight?
I mean, he's a DMV legend. He stayed home in college, went to Maryland, and he's back on his home turf. And just proud to be his teammate, to play out with him, go out there at war. And I made some great catches tonight, some great plays, and I told him I'm gonna keep coming, keep trusting him, and he showed up in every way.
All right, my last one, because I know you're probably hungry and ready to get on the bus and get the heck out of Dodge. The games are only going to get more important. What's your sense of just what it's going to feel like, Drake, as the games and you get into the deep end of the pool and it's you're in the tournament? What's your sense of that?
I think first crack at it of clinching the playoffs, and these are big ones. I hear that they kind of feel different going into a playoff game. So looking forward to it. I know these games, these past two ones really felt like playoff games to me. So hopefully they're going to be a lot like it, and you got to play your best ball, and the best players show up in the playoffs, and that's what I'm going to try to do. So it's 1 week at a time, and we got to finish out the rest of the season and do what we want to do, and that's win the division. So we'll start there and then move on from that. Thanks, Scott.
All right, hey, congrats on a 300-yard game. Merry Christmas, and I appreciate you taking a minute to visit with me tonight. Thank you.
You the man, Scott. Go Pats. Merry Christmas.
Yes, indeed. And with that, he's getting on the bus. You don't need to correct him. The DMV, Baltimore's technically a different thing, but that's fine. We understand what it is. Patriots trail by as many as 11 in the fourth on Sunday, but grab a victory which clinches a playoff spot. New England had lost 41 consecutive games, including the playoffs when they trailed by 11 in the fourth quarter. The last time they erased a deficit that big, Pats fans remember it. It was a big one. Super Bowl 51 against Atlanta. Significant both ways. Yeah. Patriots are a playoff team. Baltimore is now in big trouble as another lead gets away. In terms of what the Patriots did well and how they give their guy a chance, Maye, to be safe in the pocket and then climbing it where you said he's ruthless.
Yeah, he's amazing. Look, it's easy for me to say good things about Drake Maye. He's that type of player. Now, I will say this. I think we got to give credit to New England and how they're coached. Here's a good example. You see all these teams, these defenses, that want to walk two linebackers up into the A gaps. That's what Baltimore is doing here. Now, so New England is going to come into the game with a plan. They're going to say, okay, we're going to take Ramondre Stevenson, and we're going to walk him way up there. And the reason is because when you do this, your offensive line is going to slide the protection, meaning it's going to start with the center. So the center is going to slide that way, and he would be responsible for the linebacker that's walked up to that gap, which means Stevenson would have the other one. Now, what's going to happen at the snap is both of these linebackers are going to bail out of there. You see it. So they bail out. And when these linebackers bail out, you see Stevenson scan. He ends up scanning to the edge rusher. And because of that, look at the time Maye has. 2nd and 8, he ends up hitting Diggs and ends up being a first down. Why I point that out is this. These double A gap pressures, you see people do it, whether it's Minnesota, whether it's Baltimore, and it drives people crazy. They have a hard time picking it up. Well, New England not only had a plan for picking it up, but then like the wrinkle off of it that Baltimore had, New England was ready for it. And Stevenson was like, yep, okay, that guy doesn't come. I'm going to scan out here. It gives Maye time in the pocket. And next thing you know, that's a drive that they score the game, go-ahead winning touchdown.
A lot has been made this season about New England's schedule and the fact that they faced some backups. And in this game, they end up facing Huntley for the second half. Fine. You're down 11 against a team that has to have it on its home field, and you come back in the manner in which they did, erasing the deficit, then forcing a fumble to end this game. What does it say about who they are and what they will be, Tim, in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, on the road, magnitude of the game, those types of things, can kind of feel like those things are important for you going forward. I would just say this. I also think for a young quarterback, the ability to control the game is a little bit what I was saying to you as we were watching it. It looks easy to Drake Maye. Like, he looks unfazed.
Always.
The really good quarterbacks, the really good quarterbacks, especially in systems where they're asked to do a lot, which he is in New England, they have more control over the game than college quarterbacks do. Because you get up there, you're packaging plays, so you're getting your team into the right one. You're adjusting more protections. You maybe have more freedom to signal a route that you want. All of those different things. And so I think it's important for the team, but I also think it's important for the team to see Drake Maye take control of the game the way that he did.
He just seems unbothered and unimpressed by himself at all times. We were talking about this upstairs as one of three, right? Like, he's the baby brother, and they're all good athletes. Like whatever, dude. And he's going to be the best of the bunch. They're chanting MVP on the road. And then Baltimore is the other side of this. Like, there's the Chiefs. They're done. There's the Lions, who we're going to get to in a second. And there's Baltimore. There are teams that all season long I stubbornly was like, they'll be all right.
Yeah.
They're not all right, Tim.
Well, you had company with me saying it because of the track record of the coach, track record of the quarterback. Lamar just didn't seem right this year. If I'm just, calling it like it is, just in terms of it was the hamstring injury or whatever else was bothering him, just didn't seem right. He is normally the scariest player when things break down, and he's going to either take off and run or create. Just didn't see enough of that this season from them.
And you know what's ironic about the play where he gets injured is it's a play where in the years past he might have looked to get outside or whatever, and it felt like this year he was giving up the plus play. Sure. Just, all right, I've gotten this. Let me just get down on the ground. He's trying to get down on the ground, but in the process of doing that, you'll see Woodson's left knee seems to get him there in the back in the rib area, and that was it.
And that's why it's a weird game in that, look, there's no real right way to do it. Do you slide feet first, because that's usually when you get hit up high and back of your head hits the ground.
Happened to Stroud.
Yeah, do you go head first? It's hard to protect yourself, but when you're a player like Lamar, sometimes it's just like, look, it's just the nature of your game that you scare people by your ability to run.
Baltimore's now in big trouble. There's still a path, but it's going to require a lot. Meanwhile, Maye looking very much like an MVP candidate, and in his second year.
It's a bruise of some kind, I think. I don't know how serious it'll be. We'll have to find out the next couple of days. He got kneed in the back, on the ground there. And everybody's disappointed, Everybody's hurt because he works so hard. I mean, this is a team that fights, this team that works, this team that prepares, this team is a confident team that wants to do well. Got a bunch of, really strong men in there that do that. And so, it's disappointing to them. They're more disappointed than anybody. All of us are. That's how it is. So we're all disappointed. But that doesn't mean it just means you got to come back. You got to find, you don't get what you want all the time in life, even if you work for it. But you got to earn it. You got to earn it by doing the things that are required, and we have not done a good enough job of that.